What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nate here from Out of the Basement, bringing you a very reflective review of the brand new Deathstroke PX exclusive 1/12 collective. This is from Mezco Toys. This just recently came out. I finally got mine in the mail. Picked it up from Big Bad Toy Store, which it may or may not still be available at the time of this review. However, the price was increased significantly, but that's besides the point. So, of course, this is the brand new stealth version of Deathstroke here, and you can see right off the bat that it actually comes in a tin, which is really cool. This is my first Mezco figure to come in a tin, so that is interesting. And just taking a look around the sides here, you've got this nice mezcotoy.com right there. It says Deathstroke on the top, the 1/12 collective right there. You saw the front, and on the back here is a nice picture of the figure, all of the accessories that it comes with, all of that good stuff, which of course we're going to take a look at here. It's on the bottom, another Deathstroke there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this guy open. Alright, and before we take a look at the figure itself, we're going to take a look at all of the accessories that Deathstroke comes with here, which, if you can't tell by looking in front of you, he comes with a ton of stuff. So let's start with the sword here, which looks really good. It's got nice gold paint on the handle and on the hilt right there. Just your nice gray finish on the blade there, which looks pretty good. So many accessories. Let's take a look at the sniper rifle here. Again, keeping with the trend of the gold paint, the gold line work on there, which all looks pretty good. Got a little sloppy right there. Not quite circular on the scope there, but that's not really that big of a deal. You got this nice stand here for the sniper, which does move, which is cool. And you can see it continues on to the barrel. And a really cool thing about these weapons is that the clips are removable, and even on the inside there you can see that they painted a bullet. The sniper rifle and the SMG both come with extra clips here, which is a nice little touch. So if you want to make it look like, you know, Deathstroke's going to town, he's in a nice big battle here, you've got the option to do so with all of these clips. Would really look good on some nice diorama pieces, I think. So taking a look at his pistol here, you can see that it is also very nicely painted. The silver right there is perfect, looks very good. And of course the clip does come out, and you can see that it has the bullet there painted as well. For me with the pistol, I've been keeping the clip sticking out a little bit, because when I pushed it all the way in there, it felt really tight. I had a tough time getting it out, so you might just want to look out for that. Taking a look at the rifle here, you see it's got nice, some nice battle damage to it there, some silver paint that looks really good. The gunmetal finish on this, just look at how reflective that is. Looks really awesome. Very excited. Of course the clip does come out, and there are the bullets painted right there. It adds such a nice touch and definitely increases the posing options here. So we'll take a look at the SMG right here. Again, same thing, the nice gunmetal you can see painted on there. Very nice finish. Really dig the gold. The aesthetics of this figure are where it's at. And of course, magazine, Justin. The magazine is removable, so you know, all you gun nuts out there can't get mad at me now, because I corrected myself. So there you go. The grenade launcher comes with 2 shells, which do go in, which is nice. This just pops open, and you can just pop that right in there. It fits pretty loose, but yeah, there you go. Looks awesome. You can't actually see inside of it. This side is not hollow, so. Alright, and he also comes with his sheath right here for the sword, which looks good. It's a nice little, some added pouches on Deathstroke, and I'll show you how this goes on him once we get to the actual figure itself, but yeah, looks good. In terms of hands here, he comes with 2 fisted hands, which this is how he comes in the package, which these hands look great. Just some nice minor paint detail on them, nothing too special. He comes with this hand, which is sort of like the barrel holding hand. I don't know how you would describe this, but that's what it does right there. It grips the gun, which works perfectly. And he comes with this sword holding hand as well. On the figure itself, I have the trigger finger and the other sword holding hand on it already, so I'll show you that once we take a look at the actual figure. So let's just wrap this up and take a look at the unmasked head, which looks amazing. Absolutely incredible paint work on this. You've got nice 5 o'clock shadow shading right here on his cheeks that blend right into the actual white hair and white little I don't know, goatee action you have right there, which looks really good. Really like the expression of this face. Deathstroke just kind of looks like he's, you know, he's had enough. He's tired of the BS, and he's just gonna kill you at this point. Pretty awesome. If we lived in a perfect world, this would just be a Ron Perlman head, but hey, you know, we can't have everything. And of course, he comes with the Mezco stand right here, the dynamic posing stand, and his base, which looks really good. I'm having a lot of difficulty getting the peg out because, you know, you're just supposed to push the peg out, but I haven't been able to get it, so no dynamic posing for me right now. And of course, you get your Mezco 112 accessories baggie here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. Alright, and here is Deathstroke out of the packaging, looking like a total badass. Absolutely love this figure. I got it a couple days ago, and I've just been really messing around with it. I haven't really been able to put him down since I got him in the mail, so it is just an incredible figure. Let's take a closer look here at the figure itself. You can see the near immaculate paint job that has been applied to this guy. I do prefer this look to the other Deathstroke. I passed on the first Deathstroke specifically to get this one. I like the stealth, the black armor look. Kind of makes him look more tactical, a little less cartoony than the blue and orange does. I know some people like the classic costume, but personal preferences and such, this is what I like Deathstroke to look like. So let's take a look at some of the closer, finer details of this figure. You can see here, I actually thought these were scuff marks. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a little bit of silver paint right there and on the back of his helmet. And I was really disappointed at first because I thought he was scuffed, but those are battle damage marks, and that looks really awesome. Same thing across his chest. This armor plate has some real nice texture to it. Feeling it feels good, feeling on Deathstroke's man boobies. That was horrible. I apologize for that one. But yeah, he's got these scratch marks pretty much all over his armor, which looks really good. Like the battle damaged look. Looks like he's been in battle, maybe with Batman or something, for a minute here, and now he's just chilling after battle. He also has these grenades on his shoulder pad here, which are not removable. Surprisingly, I thought they would be, but I'm glad they aren't, because that's just a one-way ticket to lose all of them. So yeah, there's really not a whole lot of paint or anything on this guy. It's pretty much just the black armor with a little bit of gold paint right there on his head. Like the expression of this head, really cool. So yeah, in terms of articulation here, let's take a look here. His head does move up a little bit there, not too much, but his head does go down pretty far. And of course, you can get all sorts of good, rotation out of it to give him those like poses like that. Shoulders do move up pretty far, almost uniform. This shoulder is a little bit blocked by the shoulder pad there, so you're not going to get full articulation there, but this arm does go all the way up, so that's pretty good. Of course, it does rotate back and forth, probably rotates all the way around, but I'm not going to do that because you shouldn't do that for your cloth figures unless you want to tear the fabric. Definitely double jointed elbows here. You can see that he gets more than 90, which is awesome. Really helps for posing him with guns, because if there's one thing I hate, it's getting a figure that comes with guns, and then they can't even hold them in both of their hands. It's so frustrating. Of course, I knew Mezco was going to knock it out of the park, though, because, you know, they're just quality figures, at least the 1/12 line, I should say. And, of course, wrist articulation, up, down, side to side, rotation, it's all there. Everything you could possibly want. It does seem like there is some mild ab crunch here, but it's definitely hindered by the armor and just how the figure is designed, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. There's definitely a lot to make up for the lack of ab crunch in this figure, so can't really say that that's a negative. And you do get some twist out of the figure as well. Not a whole lot there, but I mean, that's kind of how it is with the way the chest armor is designed. It kind of restricts a little bit, but not too much. Not as much as you'd think. His legs do go out pretty far. This is him standing straight here. Kicks straight out. Got the double jointed knees that give you just about 90. So not quite as much as the elbows give out, but hey, that's all right. Down here for the feet, they are on a ball joint, so they've got plenty of movement here. A little bit of ankle piv. Nice, looks really good. This piece of armor is also articulated, it moves around. So that's nice. So it's not going to hinder his foot movement, which I'd like to see this on more figures that come with armor plating like this, because usually this is stiff and then you're locked in with the feet. But you know, Mezco, knock it out of the park, and they do that. And there's the trigger finger on his hand and the other sword holding hand that I told you about earlier. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a size comparison, since I know a lot of people are always curious about how Mezco figures scale with other lines of action figures here. So I've got a couple of DC related figures to compare him to, so let's go ahead and do that. So I've got 3 Batmen right here with me. We've got a Multiverse, an Icons, and an Arkham Knight Batman. So we're going to start with the Icons here. And you can definitely see the scaling does not fit for those two. Obviously, the Icons are really small, so I wouldn't have expected it to scale with this at all. But here he is. Yeah, so... And then the Multiverse Armored Batman here, which I don't think this is terrible. If in your universe, in your head, Batman is taller than Deathstroke, I think they're usually about the same height, at least in my mind, so, you know, take that for what you will, but I don't think the scale for these two are that bad. And then, this is the Arkham Knight Batman here, which is a really big bummer that they don't look, they're not really like in scale. This Batman is significantly taller than Deathstroke, and this Batman's head is just really tiny, so it looks really odd, but the suits are so in line. Like this Deathstroke design really reminds me of how he looks in like Arkham Origins, just minus the bandana. If there's 2 things I would have liked to see with this Deathstroke figure, it would be a bandana, and it would also be the staff. But I'm not going to complain that much. I think he comes with plenty of accessories otherwise, and I'm sure there's easy ways to make a bandana or just find a staff that will scale with Deathstroke. So yeah, as you can see, this Batman is a little too tall here, and for all you Marvel Legends fans out there, we'll do a quick comparison to one of those as well. Alright, this is the OG Pizza Spider-Man there, which actually that looks pretty good. If you ever want to have a Deathstroke versus Spider-Man thing going on, a nice little universe crossover, I think these figures scale pretty well. And finally, I'll compare him to another Mezco here, and this is Judge Dredd right there. You can see how they scale pretty good. I think they look great together. Very excited to add another Mezco to my collection. Alright, and to put the sword on him, it's really easy. You just hook the vest on underneath and it plugs right in. No questions asked. There you go. So now you've got the sword rested, the sheath on him. Sword plops in there just fine, and boom, there you go. You got a sworded Deathstroke, and He just looks so awesome. I absolutely love this figure. He is completely fully loaded. Love it. So, the head pops off real easy. Just like that. No questions there. And just pop that unmasked head on. And there you go. Look at how amazing that looks. Absolutely love this Deathstroke. So cool. So, some final thoughts here. I saw some people saying that they were having trouble with the trigger finger and getting the guns to fit in his hand, saying it was really stiff. I just want to say for the record, I personally did not have any issues like that. All of the guns fit into his hands really well. I thought that the plastic was nice balance between soft and hard. And I really had no issues with that, so I think it's just kind of on a case-by-case basis, but it's definitely something that you want to look out for because you don't want to break a hand in case your Deathstroke does have really stiff hands. But, like I said, mine did not. So, final thoughts on this figure. It's absolutely incredible. This is easily my favorite Mezco I've gotten to date. Absolutely am blown away by the quality of this figure. So happy to have it. I love the way this Deathstroke looks. And if you're a collector of Mezco toys, this is an easy pickup. This one is 100% worth it. The extra guns that it comes with versus what the original release comes with. Definitely something amazing. However, unfortunately, as most of you guys know with Mezco toys, he's sold out pretty much across the board. And you're not going to really be able to snag him for retail, which sucks. But the retail price I would say is definitely worth it, and just depending on how much you like Deathstroke, how much you really want this figure, it's up to you whether you want to pay the aftermarket price. I've seen him going from anywhere from $110 to $200, so it's entirely up to you. I can't really recommend paying the scalper prices for this guy just because I'm just kind of anti-scalper. So, you know, pre-order all your Mezco toys and then hopefully you won't have to pay the iron price for these guys. So yeah, highly recommend this figure. I give it a 10 out of 10. This is a damn good figure. Easily already a contender for figure of the year out of everything. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of Deathstroke in the comments down below. Did you pick this one up? Did you skip it and now you are regretting it? I'd love to hear from you. Of course, I'm Nate from Out of the Basement. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We're always talking about movies and action figures and comic books and TV shows, but only when it's Game of Thrones. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time on Out of the Basement.